don't want my weight to be a hindrance in the immigration process. Eric's my biggest support, but sometimes I think having a husband that's the biggest support can also be your biggest challenge, because they do love you no matter what, and he encourages me and he wants the best for me, but he would love me whether I was 783 pounds or nearly 400 pounds like I am now. I'm thankful for a man and a husband and a friend to walk beside me and to love me.
I'd also like her to be part of it because it will give her a chance to see that eating is not, it doesn't have to control our lives. Because we're in so many different homes, because we have so many different meals that are prepared for us, it saddens me when our hosts feel that they need to give us portions of food to fit our size.
So often he gets a very tiny plate and I get a plate stacked full of stuff that I really, truly don't want to eat, but out of being a gracious person in somebody's home who's opened their hearts and their home to me, I eat it. And I love the things that people make for us. Sometimes I just wish there was a little bit more choice in what we do. And I know that's on me, that I could choose sometimes not to have seconds or not to eat so much and in between times. And sometimes, you know, the little ladies that you stay with, they make you pie or cake or something, and then you feel obligated to eat it. And I just need, you know, a no thank you helping that will be happy for them as well.
But this will give her a chance to, in a sense, have good eating habits. So I want to give her a time where she's able to have those good eating habits, to feel supported by, in a sense, by people who have been in that situation.
I want people to be proud of me. I know people are proud of me. I know that the accomplishments that I've made in my life, the fact that I've gotten to go across the world and be an actress and sing and do things that are making a difference in somebody's life. And all of my life I've been like this, though. I've very much been a perfectionist. I've very much been someone who, you know, good grades in school weren't enough. If I didn't get complete A's, that wasn't enough. I've always driven myself, and there's a lot of stressful things that have happened in my life, and I can't blame it on one or the other. There are things that I will never forget. I will never forget almost not being allowed to fly home to see my family because I was told I was too large, and for the comfort of the other passengers that they were not going to let me fly. It was only after my skinny little husband here, and I pleaded with them, and I promised I'd sit next to the window so the only person I would be sitting next to was him, they let me fly. Other things that I remember, and I can't blame anything on this, the other things that I remember, though, was after I lost 100 pounds, and I was on that high, I came home and I started dating a guy pretty seriously. He was my first boyfriend ever, but he kept telling me that I would be prettier if I gained more weight. And for the first time in my life, somebody was telling me to gain weight, and it was a mind trap. But it's been a series of continual yo-yos. I lose weight and then I gain it back, and I lose weight and I gain it back, and I'm doing really well, and I just need something to kick-start. I need jumper cables, if you will, to help me kickstart all of this into motion. I want to share with you some pictures that are a part of my life and show my life in a few words. A happy child. 8th grade, you can notice then my buttons starting to pull. And then we move into high school. This is the picture of me after I lost all the weight. I was flying high. I was finally able to fit into a normal band uniform, gain some of the weight back, but not much. There's me with my grandparents. As time goes on, I'm going to be gaining more and more weight. 2004, my sister-in-law's wedding. 2006, there's my own. This is another one of my motivations. That's my family. That's my mom and my dad and my brother. And we've all got to do something, and I want to be a jumpstart. I want to be a catalyst to that. I want to be able to help. My dad's struggling with some pretty severe health things right now, and I would just love the chance to, again, make him proud and help him know that his biggest concern right now doesn't need to be me and my weight. And then there's me and my husband. The wedding dress, actually, I bought a year and a half before, and it fit, and my grandmother cried when she saw me try it on. And a year and a half later, when I went to try it on again, it was too small. My sister-in-law actually sewed panels into the side right here, and it was devastating. I mean, she did all that she could and she was helpful, but I could see the disappointment in my grandma's face that I went from where the wedding dress fit to where it didn't. It was a devastating moment, and I don't think I ever imagined myself in a size 28 wedding dress that didn't fit. These are just a few more pictures I wanted to share. People that are important to me. That's my goddaughter, and I want to be able to run around with her. And these are friends in Australia who their kids love us, and I want to be able to be with them. And in my job, this is how I dress up sometimes, and I know I look good there. I don't look good there. We were on a trip in Australia, and I stopped because I didn't want to be limited. In my job, I sing and I act, but this is me, the end of 2006, at our banquet. And that's the end of actually that's the end of 2009. And this is me in my job. Watch as the photos move. I had to be on a chair. Normally I would stand up in that scene at the very end, but I don't because of the chair. Now here, I want you to take notice of this for two reasons. The costume department had to make that dress for me. They had to make that dress because none of the other dresses would fit. So I'm thankful for the beautiful seamstress that we have, and she made that dress, and it is gorgeous. But I also want you to note something else about this picture. In this picture, I'm sitting in a chair, and this chair takes, I'm the width of the chair. I'm sitting sideways, and I'm as wide as the chair. And we had to really make sure that that chair was going to be able to be sturdy and hold me. And that's not the way I want to live. It limits the acting that I do. It limits the chairs that I sit in host homes. It limits a lot of my life, and I need help, and I want to make a change. I'm ready to go. Again, I need your jumper cables. And that's me and my husband now. I'm not going to pretend that I live a life where I'm completely sad all the time, because I'm choosing to live life to the fullest in the capacity that I can now. But I know that capacity is limited. I want to be able to live life in a capacity where I'm not limited by this. This is not a healthy way to be. It limits the places I can find clothes. I used to be able to shop at Walmart, and even there some of the stuff is too small. I want help. I don't know what will happen if I don't get some help. I don't want weight loss surgery. I absolutely don't want it. I want the hard work. I want to put it all in. My husband and I are going to have a special 5-year anniversary in 2011, and I want to look good for that. I have a dress, which unfortunately is not with me, that I really want to fit into and look nicely in. And it's a creamy gold sort of color, and it's short, and it's low cut, and it has a low cut back. That's another thing. I have always wanted, I know it sounds silly, I always wanted to be a cheerleader in high school. I never dared try it out because of my weight. I know I have the spirit and the personality and the go get 'em, but I was always scared. And I wouldn't have wanted to try in one of those uniforms. So I'd like the chance to be not limited by my weight. I don't know what it's like to not be limited. I had such a small glimpse, I think it was about a year, where I wasn't limited by this. Where I wasn't limited by all of that. I want more than a year to celebrate that. I want more than a year to be able to help other people with it. People came to me for advice. They were amazed at the way I was able to do things. The knowledge is there. I need help. I need that jump start to kick and to get going. Oh, it's been a long day. Time to finally get in the van and go back to our host home. Yes, as you can see, there's lots of snow. So, after a long day and it's freezing cold, this is the last thing I want to deal with. And there's been times that I've been known to actually just take off my winter coat, but to sit in the van without my coat on just so I have that much more room with the seatbelt. This van, particularly this armrest, I think it's actually out of whack because of me, because this is where I sit so often. Because a lot of our job is driving. And a lot of times we don't get in until late at night. So I just wanted to show you one more reason. At the end of a long day, this is not something I want to be worrying about anymore.